Hello friends, we've got more Smogon Tour action. We've got Ox the Fox against Tesung. Bronzong lead, thing of the past. Gyro's arrow down to the sash. Income starving to threaten the spin. And Hydro versus Ghost or spin on whatever. Oh, they're all happening already. You know, I miss the days when people weren't so anal about having Stealth Rock on their side and didn't waste their Starmies on turn 3, or whatever, trying to get rid of rocks. I mean, there better be like a Moltres or some shit on that team for him to need rocks off that badly. But yeah, Bronzong lead is kind of rare. I mean, it used to be a thing in Diamond Pearl with Hypnosis, and I wasn't around for it. I just watched a lot of Diamond Pearl YouTubers and TG Xerxes, and you know, I've read around, and it did used to be a common lead. And I haven't ever really seen it be a common lead, like ever. And I started playing in Platinum, so. Now we see Rapid Spin, arrow down the sash, but T-Tar's in for free. So are we? It's Life Orb Starmie. That's a lost art, man. And he lets it get away, but the crunch is not even banned. Oh, it's Scarf Tar, obviously. Is he gonna go back to arrow? Nope, he just gets gyroed, and the Bronzong is surely not offensive Trick Room. So I really hate arrow without a ghost, because that shit happens so much. People are just gonna be like, I'm gonna spam this shit. What can you do to stop it? As Starmie switches directly into Infernape, which it worked, but Starmie's almost dead now, and you know, Tyranitar lives. Life Orb Starmie never kills Tyranitar with Hydro Pump from full. It's not a fact that comes into play now as much as it used to, but it's still pretty nice, such as in this situation. As we've got Banded Ape with Scarf Tar. That's a fearsome pairing for sure. It was actually really nice in Latias era, but Choice Band Ape was pretty rare in Latias era, as was Ape in general. And he Thunderbolt trying to catch a switch, so Ox actually comes out of that quite unscathed. And 5-5, but you know, Zong's back in threatening. I don't see it being CB Zong. I see it more being, you know, Rocks Akka or something. And surely the rocks go up now. Yep, it could be Custap. Now that would be. That's what I thought. You know, it's like Metagross, except without the ground weakness, and it's tanky enough to take, you know, like D-Knight Fire Blasts and such. So nice work on that one, for sure. And now he's got rocks, and Ox doesn't. Yada yada yada. Tesung has really been on a Nas kick recently, and I don't like Nas post-Olmatic very much. I don't feel like it. Like, alright, QB, you faggot motherfuckers. Okay, I get it, Nas. It doesn't resonate with me as much as that first gem did. Of course, I like a few tracks here and there, and so from Ox, we see Ape again, which is probably gonna. I mean, it's banded, and I don't like banded Ape revenge killing things early in the game, because what are you doing? You're begging to get set up on by fucking everything. Banded Ape should be breaking holes in teams, not revenge killing things. Revenge killing, like, look at that. Or, like, revenge killing, like, DD Tar and Lucarios and Empoleons and shit, late game. That's what should happen. I'm, like, Tar Ape shit is, like, cool, but, like, 2 choice pokes on an arrow lead team, just, like, which is supposed to be hyper off and just blasting away and never letting up. What do choice items do? They let up. They give your opponents opportunities. He's forced to close combat a D-Knight like this, as he gets a free DD. And if Tar is his fastest poke and he doesn't have anything, then my god, are we going to see a sweep? Because that would just be embarrassing. Nope, we see Bronzong. Alright, that's a good anti-offense poke. And it's not Life Orb Zong, so he Trick Rooms. I don't expect to see E-Speed, because on a team like Tesung's, if you're letting it you're letting those Scarms set up with Bronzong, then you better not, or then you better have Fire Punch, for sure. But you also do not want to give Heatran free things. Like, Scarftran Revenging Dragonite is a fucking travesty. I die a little inside every time I see it. So, Metagross switches into Bronzong, which is cool. He lives, so we've got some mind games here as Tesung tries to stall out Trick Room. Could he go to Bronzong on Earthquake? But then he still has one more turn where he can Gyro Ball, but he'll be doing damage with Gyro no matter what. So Breloom comes in and mock Breloom. So Tesung's got a cool team. I mean, it's nice. I think it would probably get walled by most people smart with their Skarmories. I'm assuming the last is Tyranitar. But at the same time, you know, it's working out. And Ox, he's not really a DPP guy. I don't think he would really bring Semi-Stall in a tier like that. No, he just no Focus Punch there. And Jolly Dragonite here is actually kind of a conundrum, as Tesung does not have E-Speed on his Dragonite. Well, maybe he does, but alright, Zapdos. Speaking of Zapdos, I'm gonna pull a Chandler Bing here and ask if Tesung's team could be any Zapdos weaker. Or even any electric, really. I mean, Jolteon. Fuck, give me a Spec Jolteon against that team. And there's that. So, that was not good on Ox's end. I mean, I know the guy doesn't play DPP that much, but that was... Whoever gave him that team should be embarrassed, because that was not a good team. I mean, I'm sure it has its moments, but, like, so many flaws. And speaking of teams that can't beat Skarm, a well-played Skarm, you're looking at two of them right now. So, in my professional opinion, this was... Yeah, I did like the Custab Zong, though. It's nice, because Custab Gross is cool, but it's got the ground weak and all that. And it's, yeah, I like that a lot. So, nice work there. Here comes Overused. Let me click on the battle faggots. There we go. Magnezone Diancie, which you usually just see on the ladder, doesn't really come to the Elite Tournament venues on smogtours.psim.us, but Ox is running some more balanced things. Looks like, you know, some pretty standard stuff. I fucking hate Stealth Rock weeks that aren't Torn T and Oris, because, I mean, people like to say there's more hazard removal. In practice, that's dog shit. Hazard removal in Oris fucking sucks. I don't care if there's more of it. It's all bad. Zardex versus Kyurem. Something tells me this is Scarf Kyurem, and he's going to... That's embarrassing. Yeah, that's super cool. It makes more sense for that to be Zardex than Zard-Y, because there's no Pursuit, which Zard-Y doesn't require, but really, really, really likes, so you can, you know, get rid of the Latios. And, yeah, I mean, it's way more likely that we've been moving away from Scarf Lando and XY. It's been going over to Black and White instead. And it's been more Rocks Lando and SD Lando. So it was a lot more likely for Scarf Kyurem there, and I just don't agree with that whatsoever. He could have gone Pharaoh. I mean, what was he going to do? Go fucking Magnezone against Charizard? No, you could have gotten away with that. Now, whether he was going to... Actually, no, even Clefable would have been better. Clefable, I don't know what his Clefable set is, but, you know, Magnezone, if that's being threatening, you've got a fucking Hippo. He doesn't like switching into Hippo, because it's going to get up rocks, and it's going to annoy all this shit. Mega Diancie, Magic Bouncer it may be, but it's not going to stop Stealth Rock from anything. And that's why when people say, dude, there's Magic Bounce, then I'm like, you're full of shit. He knocks off the Torn's Assault Vest, which I don't think is going to be coming into play too much. I mean, the most it might do is survive Magnezone, but somehow I don't see Torn facing off against Magnezone any more than, oh, there's Diancie the switch, and here's an example of Torn being amazing at just U-turning, chipping away the counter. I know 21%. This isn't ADV or GSC. That's not that much. But, you know, just chipping like that on something that doesn't heal, and then switching out and gaining HP, even with Stealth Rock up, it's fucking crazy. Clefable comes in, because he's not trying to get trapped yet, and he's not T-waving it, and he doesn't Mega his thing yet. A Calm Minds, in the face of Diamond Storm. I would assume that Landorus is Earth Plate, as Torn comes in yet again, and yep, there's a nice move on Ox's end. I don't agree with that Charizard play whatsoever, but it is Earth Plate. How good am I? And nothing likes taking Hurricanes, because Torn is going to regen and chip away at everything, and everything's slower, so Diancie comes in once more. Hurricane misses. Clefable doesn't take Stealth Rock damage that much. I mean, one crit and it's over, and Tesung's the kind of guy where you kind of have to take into account getting crit, because he tends to get a lot of the smaller ones. U-turn does more damage this time, because Diance's defenses go way the hell down when it megas, in exchange for some insane offenses. Now, I don't know how Clefable does it, but Clefable manages to avoid a 2-KO from either of Diance's stat moves, and that, to me, is just fucking amazing. For a Pokemon with, you know, shitty stats, as people like to say, it sure just barely walls so much. It reminds me of, like, DPP Quagsire. Just barely hangs on, and I mean, I know it's a crit magnet, but Clefable somehow seems to be one of those pokes that doesn't get crit very much, just like Quagsire. Clef's in, Moonblast, nothing. Now, I think setup Diancie is fucking terrible. Like, I really do. Diancie needs Protect as much, if, Jesus, come on, dude, just... and, wow, alright, yeah, that was abrupt, but yeah, Tesung, as always, I mean, it's not his fault, but the guy is so lucky, and it is hard not to resent lucky people at least a little, because, like, I know, if he was staying in and spamming soft boiled the entire game, just begging to get a crit, I would say, alright, you know what, he should get crit at some point. But like that, it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fish for it. I'm not gonna take advantage of the fact that he has to soft boil. I'm going to just fucking hit him. And, yeah, that's that. Not the greatest series. I feel like I've been saying that a lot recently. Pokemon's a really good game. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching, as always. I'll catch you next time.